Hey YouTube, Enemy Strike here, and I'm going to show you a Demon Hunter build that works out perfectly in Inferno modes, and it's showed itself far superior to any other build that I've seen. I mean, there are a few builds that I admit are nice, but this one really does its job. We're going to go into slot number 1, which is Preparation. Preparation restores all of your discipline. So I use the backup plan rune. Grants a chance that the cooldown will be triggered when using uh, preparation. So basically, the cooldown will reset, and sometimes, like for instance, let's see, I'll go invis a few times, and I'll see, let's see, all my discipline came back, and sometimes what the rune will do, it will proc, and it will actually give me another chance. So that's like, sometimes I've gotten up to almost 10 invisibles, which is like a lifesaver on most fights. So yeah, anyways, we'll go into 2. It's more of a mobility choice. It's Vault. Other builds, they use either the Crow Pet, which gives you increased hatred, but I like to use Vault, and I use Trail of Cinders, leave a trail of fire in your wake. Trail of Cinders, it's not like the best option, but in tight situations, when you're having to vault out of like a plague or vault out of a desecration, that Trail of Cinders, I've seen it crit like for 40Ks, 30Ks sometimes, and that's just like a vault. So most of the moves that you use with discipline don't really do any damage at all. So the fact that I'm getting extra damage and not having to use hatred or anything is a pretty good option. Number 3 is Marked for Death. It basically marks the enemy. It's kind of like Hunter's Mark in World of Warcraft. If you don't know what that is, it's just a little thing you put above the target, and you do increased damage. And I put Mortal Enemy on it, and attacks against the target generate hatred. So I can pretty much spam my hatred ability non-stop. It's almost like a non-hatred ability. I can do a lot of them, and I'll regain so much hatred from Marked for Death. Okay, my favorite ability is number 4. It's a Smokescreen, and it's kind of like a Rogue's Vanish. And what it does is, I could be the Butcher, for instance, could be swinging at me, and as soon as I could just go like that, and a swing would be nothing. Also, if you're jailed, you can go invisible through it. It's like a trinket in WoW. It breaks the CC. So it's say a desecration's under you, boom, you can just walk right out of it. It's a pretty OP ability, but it comes so helpful when you use it in situations. Like one that I can think of is, like, you could stand almost in melee range of the Butcher the whole time, and when he goes to do his claw, he could grip you, and you could press that as soon as you stop, and you could just walk away. It just breaks the CC. It's amazing. Or a good way to rock both Preparation and Smokescreen is Belial, for instance, is on the big phase where he is throwing the meteors down. You could pop Smokescreen, and you could just run around, Smokescreen, knock it hit, Smokescreen, knock it hit, and then you could use Prep, do it again, and sometimes you'll even get a proc. I didn't even get one, but it's all good. Now let's go to the damage abilities. I like to use, for my hatred regen, or my non-hatred regen, sorry, my hatred attack is Elemental Arrow. Now, I use Elemental Arrow with Nether Tentacles, because Nether Tentacles, basically, it unleashes Shadow Tentacles that convert damage dealt to life. So, when I'm sitting there, and I get hit, what I like to usually do is I'll go like this, I'll be popping my Shadow Tentacles, and then I'll go invisible, and I'll pretty much go to full, because I can get so many attacks off and not be attacked, and it's a really good attack to use, and plus it does a large amount of damage, and it does AoE damage, so it's an AoE damage that heals you, so I like that. And then lastly, I use Hungering Arrow. with puncturing arrow increases the piercing chance of the arrow. So basically, this ability is kind of slow right now. I don't have too much ranged attack power increase, attack speed rather. Um, but yeah, that's a really good ability. Uh, and that's my Demon Hunter build. I'm probably gonna show it in action tomorrow because, or later, yeah, tomorrow because I'm going to be doing a really good farming spot on Act 1. So that's going to be